interviewed many Jewish teens from several synagogues and asked them a series of questions on anti-Semitism. This is what they had to say.
What are some stereotypes you know about Jews?
A stereotype that I've heard about Jews is that Jews love money.
They have a lot of money, they're good with money, and they think they're better than other people, even though no one really thinks that.
Like the size of their nose is always like hooked and, larger than what some people may say your average size nose is. Some other things are like certain jobs, like accountants, or having to do with money.
Jews are rich, Jews are greedy, Jews are good at banking.
That we're like short, or we have big noses, and also that we are very greedy and
That they rule the media and that they work at places like banks and stuff having to do with money.
Have you experienced anti-Semitism before? If so, what was your experience?
We were in class one day and the lesson was about the Holocaust. And it wasn't really directly to me, but I'm Jewish. Obviously people knew that. And they were talking about the Holocaust and how it was funny. And people were bringing up pictures of the SWAT sticker, and they thought it was funny. To me, obviously, it hurt and it wasn't funny.
There was a girl on my bus last year actually, and she was telling me I'm a dumb Jew and go back to Israel, and I was I just didn't let it bother me because I knew it's coming from her, it doesn't bother me.
One of my friends asked why I didn't have a big nose, and I said, I don't know, maybe it's genetic.
So this has happened to me and also a couple of friends, where either another friend or a random person comes up to us and just says a hateful comment that is anti-Semitic, and it may be meant as a joke, but I still think that it's not an okay thing to do.
In school, a couple times, I was playing basketball and my kid came up to me and asked me if I was Jewish, and I was like, yeah, I'm Jewish. He was like, you know how I know? And I was like, nope, I don't know. And he was like, it's because of your nose. So yeah, that was no fun. I was also caught a Shylock one time. That was that wasn't cool.
Do you feel safe being Jewish?
I feel safe in my area, but I know that some days I'm more worried than others, knowing that things have just happened or things happening on social media. But I do feel safe, particularly in my area, because there's a lower rate of anti-Semitism. But I am worried for other areas because there's definitely a higher rate.
Why do you think anti-Semitism is more prevalent now?
I think it's because a lot of people are uneducated and a lot of it is rising from social media.
I just think that because of social media, people with ideologies that are against Jews can more easily connect and are more likely to group up and perform anti-Semitic acts.
If someone says a hurtful comment about Jews that is anti-Semitic, does it make a difference if they're a close friend or if they say that's just a joke?
If it was my best friend saying a comment, I would, depending on how serious it was, I would say stop or tell them why it's not okay, and just make sure that they know. And if someone said it was a joke, I would say that's not something you should joke around about.
What can people do to help combat anti-Semitism?
If they hear someone say something a stereotype, something anti-Semitic, they can point them out on it and say don't do that because it's mean, hurtful.
Donate to organizations like the ACLU and the Anti-Defamation League, which really helps.
We did this to inform non-Jews about anti-Semitism and its impact on young people within the Jewish community.